Hey guys, Mr. T. Here's another video. This one is on home loan comparison rates. So when taking out a home loan, it's always really important to shop around for the best home loan deal to ensure you don't pay, you pay as little as possible on interest. So generally you're going to look for the home loan with the lowest rate. However, many banks, many establishments charge different fees that they might not necessarily advertise right away. Or consider with that fee, or hide in the little text at the bottom. So these can be establishment fees, which is generally a large lump sum right at the start of the loan. You only pay it once off. Service fees, and service fees which are smaller but regular amounts that, they seem like not very much every month or so, but over the course of the loan can really add up. So considering that, it's really better to compare home loans with different fees and charges with a comparison rate of the home loan, not the rate that it says it is, without considering the fees. So what is the comparison rate? It's the interest rate that considers the payment of any establishment fees and service fees for the whole life of the loan. So you're essentially working out what the interest rate is if you're paying these fees on the loan. So what are the steps involved with that? Step 1, add any once-off fees like the establishment fee to the principal. Then use TVM Solver to find what the regular payments are. So you're solving for PMT in step 2 to pay off this principal that includes the fees. So generally the interest rate that they're going to advertise to you is the interest rate if you're paying off the actual home loan that you are setting out to get. Whereas they're not actually considering the interest rate if you're paying it with the setup fees, for example. So step 3, after that, once you've found the regular payment with the principal including fees, you need to add any ongoing fees like service fees to the regular payment that you found in step 2. So step 2 found the regular payment, say the monthly payment that you're making on the loan. Now step 3 is adding whatever any monthly service fees are onto that regular payment you found in step 2. And then the last step, you go into TVM Solver again, and now you're going to solve for the interest rate, which is I% in TVM Solver. But instead of the PV that includes the fees, you're solving for the original principal amount, the original loan amount without the fees being paid off with the repayments that you found in 3. So essentially you're working out what the interest rate is for paying off the home loan that you set out to pay for, but with the larger repayments including fees that you determined in part 3. So you can see how this is solving I considering all of the extra payments that you've put on, including those fees. When you've solved that interest rate, that is the comparison rate. So this gives you a fair judgment of the actual real interest rate of the home loan that includes any fees and charges. So keeping those steps in mind, we're going to answer this question here. You're taking out a $50,000 loan over 10 years. You got 3 options: 8.5% per annum, compounding monthly with no fees. B, 8.25% per annum, compounding monthly with $4 monthly service fee. So this seems like it's going to be lower, yet there's $4 monthly service fee. Some people, just looking at it straight up, is like $4 a month is nothing, but that $4 a month may make the comparison rate significantly larger than this, because it's 10 years. 12 months a year, 10 years, it can add up. And then lastly, 8% per annum, compounding monthly with an establishment fee of $300 and an even larger monthly service fee. So we cannot directly compare these 3 options straight away, because some of them have fees, they have low interest rates. We need to work out which is best by using the comparison rates. So, option A, we don't actually need to do any maths for this. Comparison rate equals 8.5% per annum. Because the comparison rate of a loan is the interest rate considering any fees and charges. This has no fees and charges, so its interest rate is 8.5%. Its comparison rate is 8.5% as well. No fees or charges. So lucky for us, no maths required there. Option B. You may have to do maths here because there's fees. 8.25% per annum, compounding monthly with a $4 monthly service fee. So, keeping in mind the steps, use to add any once-off fees, like establishment fees to the principal. There's no establishment fee or once-off fee in option B, so you can skip step 1. Step 2, use TVM Solver to find the regular payments to pay off this principal, including fees. Well, we don't have any principal including fees with a once-off payment, so we can skip step 2. 3. Add any ongoing fees like service fees to the regular repayments found in 2. So, we're essentially going straight from step 2 and step 3. The loan is for 10 years, so we need to use TVM Solver. The interest rate is 8.25%. PV is 50,000. PMT, what we're solving for, we're trying to work out what the repayments are. FV 0, PY 12, CY 12. So it's 10 years. At 12 times a year, it's going to be 120 payments over the life of the loan. So put that into the calculator. 8.25, 50,000 loan. So what are the repayments for this? -613.26. So those are the repayments for this loan, and the principal doesn't have any fee on it, so these are the repayments, $613.26. So step 3, add any ongoing fees like service fees to the regular repayments found in 2. So the regular repayments were $613.26. Add any service fees. So with fees equals, it was $4 a month. You're paying $613.26 a month, so it's going to be $617.26 per month. Step 4 is then use TVM Solver again to find the interest rate for the original principal but being paid off with the real repayments found in 3. So we've found that the real repayments that you're making every month are actually $617.26. But this is for a home loan that's $50,000. Which you should have been paying off with $613.26. So, all we need to do now is put into the calculator again, but this time you're solving for what is the interest rate if you're paying off a $50,000 loan with repayments of $617.26, not $613. The interest rate, if you're paying $613.26 every month, would be 8.25, but that's not what you're paying every month. You're paying $617.26 every month, and that's going to have an effect on the interest rate. So, -$617.26. Solve for I. And that comes to 8.40 to 2 decimal places. Therefore, comparison rate option B is 8.4% per annum. So we've got option B here. It looks better now because it's a fair comparison. It includes the fees and charges. It's better than option A. So we know option B is better than option A. The last thing to do is option C. And obviously the added difficulty here is that it has an establishment fee. So we need to work out what the regular repayments are with the principal having the establishment fee added to it. So add any once-off fees to the principal. I'm going to do that in the process of putting the information into the calculator. So option C had an interest rate of 8% straight. PV, the principal was 50,000, but it had an establishment fee of 300. So it's going to be 50,300. Nope, an extra zero there. 50,300. We're trying to work out what the repayments are for this. Feature value 0, PY 12, CY 12. So put that into the calculator. That comes to $610.28, so 2 decimal points. So those are the repayments. That gives you step 2 of the steps. Step 3, add any ongoing fees like service fees to the regular repayments found in 2. So the service fees for option C are $8 every month. So with fees is going to be $618.28. You are paying off this home loan for $50,000 with repayments of $618.28, and you paid $300 on top of that as establishment fee. So your last step, step 4, is TVM solver again, and you're solving for the interest rate, considering the fact that your home loan was $50,000, even though in this part of the question you considered the $300 on top of that, and you're paying it off with repayments of negative $618.28. So you can see there how we have considered all of the 2 different kinds of payments here. The once off at the start, putting it onto the principal, and the regular ones, adding it onto the regular repayments per month. So now we can solve for that. So we've made principal back to 50,000. That's what our loan is meant to be. 618.28. So solve for I goes 8.44 to 2 decimal points. Therefore, comparison rate option C is 8.44% per annum. So which is the best option? Therefore, best option is option B, because considering all the fees and charges, its comparison rate is the lowest. It has the lowest comparison rate at 8.4% per annum. So that, a bit long-winded there, but those are the steps you need to go through to work out the best options, considering all the fees. Hopefully that helps you out with those kind of questions, and I'll see you on the next video.